So now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about how I made $21,000 in 6 weeks, right? Because that is a good amount of money to make. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have some new content for you today, and this is a very exciting topic for me. Now, my name is Faishala. I'm the owner of a wedding planning company called Statuesque Events. We produce weddings all across the United States in all kinds of destinations. I'm talking we have experience in New England, the DMV, Florida, Vegas, and everywhere in between, all right? That's what we do. But in addition, I am also a business coach to wedding professionals and to wedding planners. And I'm the creator of an accelerator program called Planners Who Profit, which I am so passionate about. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, today I'm going to be sharing how I made over $21,000 in 6 weeks at the launch of my new accelerator program, Planners Who Profit. And it's something that I'm very excited about, because not only have I made the $21,000 in 6 weeks, but I've helped my students make well over that in, using my methods and everything that I've taught them, right? So today I'm going to talk about how I started my accelerator program and why I started it, just to inspire you. And I just kind of want to bring you along the journey of me relaunching and reformatting my coaching practice, all right? So first of all, I wanted to talk about what is an accelerator program. Like, why do I call Planners Who Profit an accelerator program? And it's pretty much simple, right? An accelerator program helps you to make progress faster than you would have on your own. And frankly, those who are in the program are making progress faster than I did. I had to learn a lot the hard way, and I put together processes and templates and all of that after learning the hard way. But those who are going through my program are able to move through all the phases faster, right? That's why it's called an accelerator program. There's a specific time frame that you're given work, I support you throughout the way, and then it accelerates your progress, right? So an accelerator program of any kind is right for you when you're ready to, make the leap, when you're ready to see big results and have someone help you along the way. And that's what accelerator program does. It helps you to avoid the same pitfalls that I might have seen, wasting time on the wrong things. All those sorts of things happen when you join an accelerator program. So if you're a wedding planner, a wedding professional, and you're watching this, please consider mine. All the information about mine is linked in the description just to help you out. But that's what an accelerator program is. So now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about how I made $21,000 in 6 weeks, right? Because that is a good amount of money to make in that period of time, and especially with, in the coaching world. Now, the very first thing that I did was that I packaged years worth of one-on-one coaching into a program, right? So I created a step-by-step program using what I've learned from working with people one-on-one. And the reason that this is powerful is that I didn't just wake up, 3 months ago and decide to start coaching. It's something that I had been doing for years. I've been a speaker for years. Like, I've been a honeybook educator since 2018, and I started speaking on large stages in 2016. So really, this is something I've been doing really for about 5 years, coaching other people and working with people one-on-one. But what I found with working with people one-on-one is a couple of things. Number one, the truth is that a lot of people don't know the right questions to ask. Like, they know they're struggling, they know they want to grow their business, but they don't always come with the right questions. So going with the coaching model of, 1 hour or a couple of hours, or even sometimes VIP days, didn't even leave me fulfilled, because a lot of times people didn't even know where they were struggling in their business, right? And we spent a lot of time discussing why they're stuck versus discussing the solution. Going through this with multiple people, I started seeing that not only could I help them, and I had helped people, frankly, a lot with the one-on-one, but I started seeing commonalities on where people were getting stuck. And I started noticing that the places that I got stuck in my journey are the same places that other people started getting stuck. So I could create a program using what I've learned over years of helping people get unstuck, right? And help them get results through a program, a step-by-step program. So that even if you don't know what questions to ask, even if you don't know where you're stuck, you'll find out. Just by following the steps of my program, you'll realize, like, man, I never did that, and that must be why I'm stuck. Let me try it and then get unstuck through doing the work, right? So that was the very first thing, is that I really took inventory, and thankfully I've always taken notes. When I coach anyone one-on-one, if you've ever been coached by me one-on-one, I send you very meticulous notes of what we discussed, where you're stuck, what you should be doing next, what your action plan is moving forward. And I basically just took time to really digest my own notes, find similarities between people, and say, I'm going to build a coaching program that helps people do X. And that's where I came up with Planners Who Profit, which is focused primarily on marketing and sales to help you really like get to that profitable place in your business where you're booking people at your price point, you know, and really making money, right? Helping people to stop, you know, focusing on, you know, wedding management or day of coordination and really being able to sell their higher ticket services and making more money, right? So those are all the things that I help people through, and that's basically how Planners Who Profit was born. So the very first thing that I did as far as how I made 21,000 in 6 weeks was, first of all, before that 6 weeks even started, was I sat down and I analyzed what I've been coaching people for years and really put all of that together into a step-by-step coaching program that people could follow and get similar results from, right? Similar results to what I've gotten and similar results to what other people that I've coached in the past have gotten. Now, the second thing that I did is that I nurtured those on my email list, right? Like I said, I've been speaking for years. You know, I get invited to conferences, I get invited to events to speak and to coach other people. And so for years, I've kept an email list, right? Where I just send freebies, I let people know where I'll be speaking at next. Like I just keep people engaged. But basically I took time before I really launched this program. I took time to just send notes to people, help them to prepare that, you know, something's coming, let them know that, you know, this is my mission, like this is what I'm trying to do over the next year, get them involved early before I even tried to sell anything or whatever. I really got people involved and helped them to understand this is what's coming, right? Something's coming, prepare, keep your eyes peeled, make sure you're opening your emails, make sure you're paying attention because something is coming. And that's something that's really important. A lot of times, people are like, oh, I launched a program and no one came. But really what happened is that you just stuck something on the web or you sent one email letting people know like, hey, sign up if you feel like it. But people didn't really fully understand what your mission was. They didn't really understand where you were trying to go. They didn't even understand what problem you're trying to solve. They just know that you're launching something. And that's not really enough to get people to buy, right? So I really took the time to help people understand like, hey, this is a pain point that I've been seeing for years. This is something I want to help planners with. I want to help planners with getting unstuck. You know, there's so many planners who feel stuck, like, you know, working weddings and you're getting paid less than everyone else. You're even getting paid less than the DJ. Shout outs to DJs. You do keep the party going and everything. But most DJs on a wedding day will work half as much time as a wedding planner. And not to talk of all the countless hours that you put in before the wedding even happens, right? So getting to a place where planners are feeling so devalued and you're putting so much effort, so much blood, sweat, and tears, and you're being devalued and wondering, how do I push past this? How do I communicate my value? How do I help someone who's never planned a wedding understand what I'm going to do for them, right? Because they've never even been through this. That is what I help people to understand, like something is coming and I'm going to be addressing these pain points, right? Like that's something that I did with all the people who've been following me for years, who just enjoyed my content. It's like, okay, something's coming and this is a transformational experience, right? And that's something that's very important. You got to nurture people. You have to help people understand that something is coming and help them to really buy into the vision and mission of what you're trying to do. And now the third thing that I did is that not only did I nurture people before I launched, but I also nurtured people during the launch and even afterwards, right? So if you're a member of my email list, and if you're not, you need to join. All the information is in the description, by the way. There's a lot of freebies that I send out all the time. But what I did also was letting people know, like, hey, during the process, while the cart's open, you know, before the deadline, giving people reminders, helping people understand this is what you're going to get out of it, helping people see this is a transformation. These are reviews from past clients that I've worked from. Just helping people see like this is what's coming, right? And helping people really buy in and feel bought in. So yes, you got to nurture people before you launch, but you also have to be present during the launch. And that's why launches are always usually pretty exhausting, right? I spoke to people one-on-one. I spoke to people in groups. I spoke to people through my email newsletter. Like it was a lot of talking to help people understand. And again, it's not forcing anybody to do anything they don't want to do, but helping people to just understand where I'm going so that they can make the decision on if they're going to be on this train with me or not. And the reason I also said that I continued the conversation even after the cart was closed, even after doors closed, is that I actually had a dual launch, right? I had a launch in December where those who joined by that point were invited to an exclusive planning event, right? Where we basically mapped out 2021, right? Mapping out your whole wedding season, your sales process, all of that. And then I relaunched again in January and invited a few other people to join. And they got the replay of the other session, but then we started the program from there, right? So this dual launch is why I say I made this much money in 6 weeks versus it being in 2 weeks, right? So between those two, that dual launch, I did make $21,000, and I started with my initial cohort, the initial people in my program, right? And I started with about 6 people, right? At this point, we're now at closer to 11 people, and it's continuing to grow. Like, I'm continuing to grow my program, and I have been so blessed by it, because honestly, if I was to, you know, calculate how much money people have made between the people who are in the program, those who have at least reported it to me, it's well over $21,000, okay? So it's like, I'm not just taking money from people, I'm seeing a transformation. I'm seeing them make more money. I mean, people, frankly, are making more money than what they paid me, and that's what I want, right? So it's an investment so that you can reap an even higher return in that period of time, in that 3-month accelerator. So that is why I kept in touch with people, and I continue to keep in touch with people. If you're on my newsletter, you get tips, you get insider information about what I'm doing, about tips, about what I have going on, and that nurturing, that constant conversation is so important if you're selling anything, right? So definitely, that was definitely a big piece for me. And so that was pretty much it, right? As far as what I did, how I made 21,000 in 6 weeks. Number one, I will say, frankly, it started well before the 6 weeks, right? It started way back in 2016 when I started coaching people and I started speaking on stages, right? And I took meticulous notes from the different sessions I had with people. I didn't just talk with them, but I really helped them strategize, and I had documentation of all those strategies. So I went back, combed through it, and found similarities and built a program, right? And then the second thing I did was I nurtured my email list. I helped people to understand what was coming. I gave them important and really honestly valuable content. I gave them a free webinar that was packed with real content. Multiple people told me I should have sold that webinar, but I chose not to. It's free. And you can always also get the replay if you want. Just, you know, again, all that's in the description. But I gave it away for free. I nurtured people. I helped people understand the journey that they're about to get on. And then even during the selling process, I continue to nurture, continue to help people understand this is what's at stake. This is the journey we're about to go on. Like, this is how you know if this is right for you or not, and just helping people to move along, right? During the sales process, and even in that in-between period between the first and the second part of the dual launch. So I'm really excited about this video. And the reason I wanted to publish this is that I decided, you know what? Like, I really started, you know, Planner to Profit in January. That was when the program really kicked off. And I decided, you know what? I want to bring you guys along the journey. I want you to be able to see as I continue to build this accelerator program. I want to be able to give you updates. I want to just help you just follow along, right? If you're interested, if you think you'd like to be a coach at some point, I want you to subscribe. I want you to be part of the journey. I want you to learn from the things that I'll be sharing, and definitely, of course, if you want to work in depth and get a strategy for your business, all that information on how to do that is in the description as well. But I really just wanted to just have a forum where I could just bring you along on the journey as I continue to like explore this part of my business and of coaching, because this is, I'm really finding that like this is what I'm called to, right? Like, coaching is my jam. It gives me so much energy. Like, I don't feel drained at the end of our, you know, we have weekly coaching calls in the program, and I always feel so energized afterwards. Even though I've given, you know, 60, 90 minutes of my time, my best energy, I always feel excited because I can literally see breakthroughs, and I can see people I can see people making more money. I can see progress, and it energizes me, right? To see other people making money, to see other people really taking their businesses seriously. And you know, all of us, if you're watching this, you're probably a wedding professional, you're probably in the hospitality industry, and you love serving other people. It's in our DNA. We want to serve people. But the thing is, you get weary if all you do is serve people and you don't ever get anything from it. You don't ever get paid, you don't get acknowledgement and all of that. So I am helping people to build balanced businesses where you are serving people, and frankly, you're serving them at a higher level than what you were serving them before, and you're getting paid. So at the end of the day, you're replenished, you're able to rest. You don't need to work 4 events a weekend to make your money, right? And you can really serve people and bring your best every time. So it's something that brings me joy, and I really just wanted to share that joy with you. That's why I'm producing this video. I want you to subscribe. I want you to stay connected as I go through this journey of continuing to build my business, continue to build this accelerator program. And yeah, I'm really excited about sharing this with you. So if this was helpful for you, do me a favor, hit that like button. I need your likes, right? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you know what? Tap the bell too, because you don't want to miss the next video where I'll be sharing more as I continue to grow this business, right? And I want you to be involved. I want you to be part of this, and I want you to learn and be inspired just from following along. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments. I reply to every single comment, right? So drop your questions, your feedback, whatever in the comments, and I'll reply. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video.